Hey everybody, welcome back to my Pink Room of Doom. As always, I hope you're doing well today. And in this video, we're gonna be taking a look at my new Fender Stratocaster. So Strats are guitars that I have a love-hate relationship with. In my mind, I'm more of a traditionalist where I like the 3 single coil pickups. I've kind of come around to liking the HSS, so the humbucker and the bridge and the 2 single coils. But at the end of the day, I think I'm always going to lust after a Strat that has 3 single coils. Why? I don't know. I like the way they look. I like the way they sound. I just need to come to terms with the fact that, hey, I like Strats. And I really like this Strat that I have here. This is a 2019 Fender Player Series Strat. This is a special edition color. This is aged natural, and it is absolutely gorgeous. I got this guitar used just the other day as of filming this video, and it was practically brand new when I got it. I mean, the plastic was still on the pick guard, the plastic was still on the back cover here. And then that color, I can't get over the color. But before we get into it any further, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the YouTube stuff out of the way. If you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, hey, now is the perfect time to do so. There's a big red subscribe button down there. If you wouldn't mind going down there and clicking that, and then click the bell notification. Also give the video a like. If you click that bell notification, you'll be notified when all of my future videos go live. And if you feel so obliged to support me in any other way besides just subscribing and clicking that like button, I'm gonna leave some links to my Teespring and Redbubble store down there in the description there. You can go and pick you up a shirt, a sticker, anything like that with my logo on it. If you don't see a product on there that you'd like, such as like a mug or a hat, hey, just hit me up, let me know, I'll get that made for you. With all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk more about this guitar. So regular viewers know that I am a Les Paul fan through and through, Epiphone, Gibson, you name it. Realistically, I tend to gravitate towards single cut guitars. I think everybody has to have a Strat in their collection. And while I do have a Squier Mini Strat, which if you want to go check a video on that, I have a couple of videos on my channel. I'll leave a link up there in the corner. I don't have a full-size Strat, and it was kind of bumming me out. So I had a couple guitars laying around that I wasn't really playing as much, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go trade those. I got a little bit of cash on hand as well from some other trades that I did a little while ago, and I found this at a screaming deal used at Guitar Center. I barely paid $500 for this thing, and it was practically brand new. Because I had walked in looking for a black Strat with a maple fretboard, and they had a couple that were older, right? They were the old Mexican Standard series, which nothing wrong with those. But the ones that they had on the wall were not in good shape at all. And my daughter was with me at the time, and she said, hey, what about that orange one? Which it's not really orange, but you see where she got orange from. So I picked it up and looked at it, and I noticed immediately that the headstock logo here was the newer headstock logo. And I said, oh, that must be a Player Series. Picked it up, looked at the back. I confirmed through the serial number that it is a 2019 Player Series made in Mexico. And there's also a little sticker on the back that says Fender Special Edition. And the Special Edition references the color. So I picked it up, played it, loved it. It sounded better and it played better than those other Strats they had on the wall. And for the price, I couldn't not get it. So here it is in my possession. There's the story as to why I own it. Let's go ahead and talk specs. Starting at the headstock, as I mentioned before, it is that new kind of Fender logo here. As you noticed on the old Mexican ones, it would have the serial number on the front. This one doesn't, but pretty standard through and through for a Fender headstock. Flipping over to the back again, you can see the sticker on the back here that says Special Edition, serial number indicating that it's made in Mexico. Fender branded tuners, those are pretty good. They hold tune pretty well. I would rather have some locking tuners on there. I've kind of gotten spoiled with locking tuners with other guitars that I've had, so I'll probably change those out at some point in the future. We have a synthetic bone nut, and you all know what I'm gonna say after this. It's cut very well, so there's no tuning stability issues or anything like that. Pal Faro fingerboard. I know a lot of people have some kind of weird thing with Pal Faro. They don't like it, they prefer the rosewood, but I bring up that point to say, look at this fretboard. I mean, just look, that's the thing with Pal Faros. You get some unique cuts of wood for the fretboard. Like you get these weird, I'm not gonna call them streaks, but like you see it's, you know, kind of clear up here, and then you just kind of get this branched off kind of dark piece through here. I love that. To each his own, obviously, but that's the thing that I have with Pal Faro is that you get some really nice looking fretboards out of Pal Faro. With rosewood, not so much because it all tends to be one color. And I honestly think the lightness of the Pal Faro looks much better than the darkness of rosewood against this color. 22 medium jumbo frets, put into that lovely piece of Pal Ferro, we have a maple neck with the skunk stripe on the back. It's a traditional C shape. So if you play Fender regularly, this will be pretty comfortable. It's got that kind of satiny finish on the back where it's not super duper sticky, but it's not like Squier Affinity satin where it just feels like raw wood. It's very, very comfortable, feels very, very nice. The neck is pretty fast. Working down to the body here, it is an Aller body, again, finished in this beautiful aged natural finish. We have this tortoiseshell pick guard here, which I love. It looks really, really nice against the aged natural finish. Pickups are Fender Alnico 5 single coils, so they sound really, really nice. They're really bright. In the neck position, it's really, really dark and punchy, and it just sounds like a Strat. 5-way switch here. It does all the things that a Strat would do. You have 1 volume and 2 tones. This top tone here controls the neck and the middle pickup, and then this one down here is wired for the bridge pickup. 2-point trim on this. I do not have a trim arm for this, so I haven't really tested to see how well it stays in tune, but with it being a Fender Player Series, I think everybody knows these things are pretty renowned for being really, really nice for the price point and punching way above their weight and you know, everything, and just being really, really good for the money. Bent steel saddles, they are Fender labeled, so you're getting a quality product there. Pretty standard output jack, all that stuff. Flipping over to the back, you can see it's a bolt-on neck, as most Fenders are, with the Fender F on the cover there on the back. And then, as I mentioned, you have the tortoiseshell cover on the back here covering up your tremolo cavity. And there you have it. There is the Fender Player Series Strat in aged natural. Now again, this was practically brand new when I got it, so you're not gonna see a lot of marks and scratches and dings and dents. I'm sure as I have it and play it, it will get a little more relict, as people like to say. But enough of the specs. What does it sound like? I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a playing demo now. I'll give you a full mix with bass and drums and all that kind of good stuff. Then I'll give you some individual clean and dirty tones.